Welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living this morning. I welcome all of you here in the room and those of you who may be watching this later in the day or later in the week, whenever it may be. And know that we invite you to acknowledge that if you are being fed in any way spiritually, that you can let us know that by hitting the donate button on our website, alpinechurchofspiritualliving.org, and we would appreciate that. So I'm going to be reading the thought for the week, entitled, May You Be Merry. I believe life was meant to be one of happiness. Therefore, this Sunday's message is, May You Be Merry. It strikes pretty close to home for me because I always want to live up to my name, Gay. I'm talking about the original meaning of the word, full of joy, merry, lighthearted, happy, pleasant, and charming. I think life is about the choices we make. We can decide whether to be happy or not. Some may call it a Pollyanna mentality, but what's wrong with that? Over 150 years ago, Abraham Lincoln said most folks are just about as happy as they make up their minds to be. Our thoughts are things, and what we put out to the ethers tends to return back to us. Look at how quantum physics is telling us things change when attention is focused on them. It's great to have preferences and desires, but if they don't manifest exactly to our liking, we can voice our disappointment and criticize what we do have. Then the universe, or law as we call it in science of mind, brings you more of the same. Why not choose to look for a silver lining? Why not choose to be grateful for what you do have? Why not choose to be happy and gay and let your cares fade away? Sure, life is difficult, challenging at times, but I believe we all have an innate substance of divine love flowing through us at all times. It's up to us to turn toward it, to allow its treasures to wash over us, freeing us from downtrodden thoughts and feelings. I'll probably sing my song this Sunday where I change the words to I'm always chasing rainbows to I'm always finding rainbows. Come in at 11 a.m. on Sunday to Fuller Hall to hear it. Say with me, I choose to stick out my chin and grin, to see and smell the roses all around me, and I am ever so delightfully grateful. And it is so. So since we are in this merry month of May, I decided to be merry. We are always at choice. When I say decide, that's what I mean. That whether we recognize it or not, we are at choice, and we are always making those decisions. Even if there are ones that we decide we don't want to do anything, that's still a choice. As I was cleaning off my desk this last week, I found a paper that was hidden there for a long time. And I thought, oh, this kind of fits in for today's topic, so I wanted to share it with you. It's a poem that I wrote many years ago. It's called Just Let It Be. There's no need to worry, no need to fret. Don't choose to lose. Stick up your chin and decide to win. There's no need to wait. You've got what it takes to make yourself great. Take the time to know the real you. Then trust and believe and let that you shine through. It's easy, that's the trick. Don't think there's something out there you've got to lick. There's no need to fight and no need to fret. Just let go of regrets. Let go of all stress. Be happy and gay and let your cares fade away. Instead, you'll find peace. Instead, you'll find joy. Instead, you'll find you're at one with all. You're at one with love. You're at one with life. You're perfect in every way. What more can I say? Then just be the real you, and you will soon see. You'll be ever improving and evolving to be the eternal one you were meant to be. Our theme this month is May You Be. And on each Sunday of this month, I've added a descriptive word to that But honestly, the theme itself can stand alone. May you be. For what we are is whole, complete, and perfect. That is the truth of our being. But so many times we don't know it. We don't accept it. We don't consciously recognize and realize that. And the only reason for that is because we are innocent. We are ignorant. And in that innocence and in that ignorance, we have sinned. Now, I don't want you to get all up in arms about that, but because in our teaching we say that when you sin, you are just missing the mark. You're not hitting the target straight on. Paramahansa Yogananda said, to define yourself in terms of human limitations is a desecration of the image of God you are. It's a desecration of the image of God when we limit ourselves. At the end of my poem, it said, you'll ever be improving and evolving to be the eternal one you are meant to be. We are whole, complete, and perfect right now. But we don't live it. We don't see that around us. We don't see it in others. We have these blinders on. And so every day, every moment, if we can only but remember to go back to the recognition, the realization, the acceptance that this whole self of me is complete and whole, that everyone and everything I see around me is whole and complete at their core essence. But you see, life is about progression. Life is about evolving. Life is about moving forward. And we do that, our humanness does that primarily, initially, with our heads, with our minds, with our thoughts. One of the core teachings of Science's Mind is you are what you think about. Change your thinking, change your life. But it's more than that. It's more than just our thoughts. It's getting ourselves aligned with this divine energy that is flowing through us eternally. To recognize that that's my true self. This divine water, this fountain they call it that is within us, these living waters as Jesus called it, is eternal. But it is up to us to drink of those waters, to partake of those waters. It takes a deliberate time of intention and attention in order to be quenched, in order to be filled with this thirst. And we can't be fed from the outside. It has to come from the inside. So how do we be merry? You know how? You let go. You simply let go of all of the restrictions, all the limitations, all of the what ifs and oh nots and oh dears, and just breathe in this essence of eternality. And let go of having to have things your way. We have expectations, of course. We have desires, of course. But when they don't hit us exactly as we would like them to, then we get disappointed. Then we get frustrated. I was talking to somebody yesterday. Oh, it's so frustrating. And I have been there myself, been frustrated, yes. But if we can just remember to step back and know that this life is giving us exactly what we have need of at the moment. And perhaps it's for our growth, for our change, to not resist it. Richard Rohr wrote, "It is your resistance to things as they are that causes most of your unhappiness." So if you can let go of resisting what is, you will find that that happiness, that merriment is a natural default. We need to remember that life is giving us these opportunities to let go of the old and to move forward into the present, into the now, and into the future. That we're okay at every single moment, that whatever we have need of is right within our grasp. When we don't get ourselves all in a tizzy over it. Hugh shares a message with a few of us every day that's written by his friend Patrick. And one of this last week's was said, The Key was the name of it. It said, if I am not a happy person inside, nothing outside me will ever make me happy. Rigorous honesty, forgiveness, and learning to let go and let love is the key to my happiness. Honesty, forgiveness, and letting go. That's the key to our happiness. And it's an inside job. You're not going to find it anywhere externally around you. So we are going to be merry today, happy, being led by love. And what will happen is we will feel lighter. You see, the angels, they say angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. And that's what each and every one of us is. An own angel on earth. We are messengers of this God self. And what is the message that you, angels out there, are sending to the world? What message are you giving? Does it make you feel light? Are you able to fly? Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are the observer and the experiencer of those things. It is deeper within you than any thought, with any feeling. You are the silent observer. You are infinite. Roy Eugene Davis wrote, nothing external to ourselves can bless or deprive us. Our states of consciousness, mental states, and habitual behaviors determine our experiences. Let me read that again. Our states of consciousness, mental states, and habitual behaviors determine our experiences. By living effectively, we can experience continuous good fortune. Nothing external can bless or deprive us. When we live within this beautiful arena, this beautiful kingdom that is within us, we don't need to be moved by anything that is without. I know I've been going through a growing process right now in the fact that I watch the Padres play baseball. And they are doing everything right. They are doing everything right. They play the outfield with tremendous talent. Their pitching is pretty darn good. They get hits. They get people on base. The only one little thing that's depriving them of being in first place is the fact that they just can't get those guys to cross home plate. We just can't score runs, it appears, at this point in time. But you see, am I going to let that affect me? That is a growing opportunity. That is a growing challenge for me to be the observer and to know that I know that they want to win. That is the ultimate goal of playing the game, is to win. Although they say it's not if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And they play the game great. They just don't win at the moment. But I have faith that no matter what the issue is, no matter what the challenge is, no matter what the lesson is, and the lesson is for all of us, whether you're involved in the Padres or not. If you're involved in the Padres, it's a lesson for us all. To recognize that it is an evolving process. And for me, to see and look for the good that I can find in it somewhere along the way. So I didn't want to end this on a sour note, so to speak. I wanted to give you, as I wrote in the Thought for the Week, another rendition of my theme song. Really, I call it my theme song. I'm always finding rainbows. And when the last time I went to visit Ann Hill at the retirement home, I was inspired to sing it for her. And so the friend that was with me videotaped it. So I have a videotape, but she sent it to me on her phone. She recorded it. And she called me the other day and she said, I was really watching that again. I'm learning that song because I just love it. I love the way that the words were changed, you know, because they were real negative before and now they're so positive. I just love that. And then she said, now who wrote that? I said, well, I did. I changed the words because I love the tune, but I didn't like the words. So I changed them. She goes, oh, I should have known it was you that did it. So I sing this song at least once a day, usually in the morning a lot of times. And it sets me on the right path. It sets me in the right attitude of mind. And I think that's really what one of the basic things that we can do in life is to decide to set ourselves on the right path, to set ourselves in that path of being intentionally positive, to being intentionally anticipating, I'll use that word, of something good happening in our lives, whether we can see it now or not. I'm always finding rainbows, knowing good comes my way. My dreams can always be fulfilled as I love each day. Some fellows look and find the bluebird. I always look and find the sun. Some fellows make a winning sometimes. I always know my good will come. Believe me, I'm always finding rainbows, knowing God's ever-present goodness is mine. Have a blessed day. Love you all. Namaste.